Today we're going to be talking about Martin Scorsese's The Irishman. So let's get started. Hey everybody, my name is Justin. I love to watch movies. If you guys love to watch movies too, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. Today we're going to talk about the 3-hour, 29-minute film, The Irishman, which is directed by Martin Scorsese and stars Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Al Pacino. This is a long film, and it took pizzas and energy drinks and soda and chips for me to get through this 3-hour and 29-minute film. I get tired very easily, so starting this movie at 9:30 at night was a little bit of a gamble for me, but I was so interested in seeing where this movie was going to turn out. This movie chronicles the life of Frank Sheeran, who is played by Robert De Niro, and his up-and-coming ways with the mob as he recalls his possible involvement with the slaying of Jimmy Hoffa, played by Al Pacino. I've been watching a lot of Martin Scorsese films over the last few months. I watched Gangs of New York, The Departed, Hugo, Shutter Island, Mean Streets, Taxi Driver. He is a fantastic director. And this movie, with 3 hours and 29 minutes, his style of directing truly does shine. There's a few times in the movie where my friend and I, we were watching the movie and we just were in awe of the camera work and the way that he frames certain scenes and the way he pans the camera maybe around a corner or follows people. Martin Scorsese is a great director, and all the movies that he's done are really good. And this movie allows for him to truly shine and take different various styles that he's known for in The Wolf of Wall Street or Hugo or The Departed and bring it to this movie. All those different styles, because a lot of them are different from other movies. Like The Wolf of Wall Street is much different from Hugo. And so he brings those different styles to this movie and just runs with it and makes it truly shine. The directing in here is fantastic, allowing for a lot of scenes to feel really intense and certain scenes feel really quick and they have a nice style going for it. And there's a lot of times where people are talking to the camera and you can get more in depth and personal with that character. Whatever it may is, Scorsese brings a lot to the table. We have a fantastic cast in here. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Joe Pesci in the movie, and all of them have a lot of time in here. With 3 hours and 29 minutes, you have a lot of time to develop each character. Robert De Niro gets the most character development. In the beginning, it is shown when he is older and he's recounting different parts of his life, and we do get some de-aging. We'll get up to that in a few minutes. But Robert De Niro is the main person in this movie. He's recounting the time that he met Russell Buffalino, who's played by Joe Pesci, and Jimmy Hoffa, who's played by Al Pacino. He's recounting those times that he met them and how his life changed after he met both of them and how he kind of worked his way up in the mob. He's like the middleman of everything that is going on. Now, the de-aging for Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, I think is good. It is a little bit distracting, especially in the lips area. I thought that it was a little bit off. Robert De Niro has a distinct smile. The way that he smiles, you know it's him, and they tried to recreate that, and I think it was just a little bit off. There was times where I was watching Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro, and all I could stare at was their lips, and it just kind of looked a little bit off. But besides that, it looked pretty good. I really liked Russell Buffalino, Joe Pesci's character in the movie. He was someone that you don't cross ever, and you really felt that everybody feared Russell Buffalino. Everybody was afraid of him. Everybody was afraid to, cross him or, do him wrong, whatever it may be. His character was ruthless. And I really liked how Robert De Niro's character kind of mimicked certain things that he was doing, and he learned from him. And once he, hung around him a little more, he started to do more shady things for money and for the mob. And so it's kind of like Russell Buffalino had an influence on Frank Sheeran and his life. And so I like the progression of Robert De Niro's character going from a family man to someone whose family did not want to see him for everything that he did in the past. The 3 hours and 29-minute runtime allowed for these characters to truly grow right in front of you. I also liked Jimmy Hoffa in the movie. Al Pacino is great. To my surprise, this is the first movie that Scorsese and Al Pacino did together. That is crazy to me. But his character is really motivated. He's also a family man. He loves ice cream. And if you are late to meet with Jimmy Hoffa, things will not go your way. And so Jimmy Hoffa is someone that has his hand in a lot of different things. And whenever Jimmy Hoffa's on screen, you admire what you're watching. All of the characters are really good in this movie. Scorsese does a lot with the first act of the movie and the second act of the movie. The second act of the movie feels really quick. There's introducing a lot of different things. They're covering a lot of different time periods. Robert De Niro is killing a lot of people. A lot of different family members are being introduced. A lot of it feels quick. A lot of different people are being introduced. You got to keep up with all the names that are being thrown at you while watching the second act of the movie. With having so many people in the movie, you feel like Robert De Niro is moving forward in his career as a mob. And it allows for the third act to feel really, really personal and almost a little heartbreaking as well. I felt like the pacing for the second act was really quick, and then the third act slowed down drastically. And that's not a bad thing at all, because it allowed for those moments to feel really personal and emotional. You got to feel the effects of Frank Sheeran's life, and then you got to see it kind of fall apart towards the end of the movie, and certain things that he had to do that he did not want to do. And you just felt that. You felt that emotion within Robert De Niro, that he was doing something that might have been really hard for him. So I like the choice to kind of slow down the movie towards the end. It did cover a lot of different time periods and a lot within Frank Sheeran's life, but I like that it slowed down. It felt very personal, and it ended on a good note. The Irishman is a long watch. It's one of the longer movies that I've seen. But if you are really interested in Scorsese and this movie and you get invested in really quickly, it could feel like a breeze. It didn't feel like 3.5 hours, but I absolutely loved The Irishman. It was a good film filled with really good directing from Scorsese, as well as great acting from all three of the leads. You definitely felt like each one of them got development to make them feel very important in the movie, and none of their character developments felt rushed at all, or you felt like, I wish there was a little more Jimmy Hoffa in the movie, or a little more Russell Buffalino in the movie. Each one of them felt very important to the movie, and I absolutely did appreciate that. This is a brutal film. There is a lot of violent scenes in it. There's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of cussing. It's a typical mobster Scorsese film, and he definitely did a great job in this movie. One of his better movies. He is a fantastic director with 20 plus films. I had plans on watching all of them, but I watched a lot of Disney movies and I moved, and I just couldn't get to all the Scorsese films. Maybe with his next film, I'll do a ranking video, but this is one of his better movies, and I can't wait to watch it again. And I'll probably sit down and get another pizza and soda, energy drinks and chips, and just enjoy myself. So before I give you my final thoughts and score on The Irishman, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. A lot of great movie reviews coming your way for a lot of these Oscar contenders. I'm excited to talk about a lot of them coming very soon. And we are almost to 6,000 subscribers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming videos. So The Irishman, good film. Scorsese, great director, has a chance to truly shine in this movie and brings forth some really good acting from Pacino, Pesci, as well as De Niro. Great looking film. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Irishman an A. What did you think of The Irishman? Let me know in the comment section down below. Stay tuned for more up and coming movie reviews. My name is JustinWatchesMovies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.